What's up, guys? I'm back for the continuation of my Star Wars series, in which I'm reviewing all of the live-action Star Wars films from Episode 1 to 7. You can find my review for Episode 1 on my channel already. So, here's the continuation with Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones stars Hayden Christensen, Natalie Portman, and Ewan McGregor. The film takes place 10 years after the events of The Phantom Menace. Former Queen Amidala, Padme Amidala, is now a senator for Naboo, and she's targeted for, I was about to say termination, she's targeted for an assassination, which causes fear amongst the senators. So Chancellor Palpatine chooses Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi and his Padawan Anakin Skywalker to protect Padme. However, when they're protecting Padme, they do find that she has been targeted for an assassination, and the Jedi feel to be as safe as possible, Anakin must take Padme to Naboo to keep her safe, while Obi-Wan travels to attempt to uncover the mystery of the assassin. Okay, so this is a tough one. If I thought people hated Phantom Menace, that many and more seem to hate Attack of the Clones, and I do mean hate. People despise this movie, and I mean, I can see why. There is terrible dialogue. I don't like sand, it's coarse and rough. Gets everywhere. There is a real over-reliance on the CGI. I get that. So I do see how people can hate this movie, and this is, if I was ranking the Star Wars movies, I would rank this number 7. But I'll get to the grading later. Let's just talk about the characters. Anakin Skywalker is played by Hayden Christensen, and this guy gets a lot of crap thrown at him. And he's not a terrible actor. I mean, Shattered Glass is normally the film used to show he's actually a good actor. But, I mean, there's moments even in this movie where he's not terrible. I mean, all you have to do is show someone the scene in the Tusken Raider camp. I think he's really good acting with Shmi. And then when he's not talking and he's just, doing, killing all the Tusken Raiders, he's not terrible. What's terrible is the dialogue. Now, I love George Lucas, but in the prequels, his dialogue wasn't really the best. But then again, guys, in the original trilogy, it wasn't always the best either. I mean, go back to A New Hope, which was the only film George Lucas wrote on his own. Empire and Jedi were co-written by Lawrence Kasdan, who's a fucking genius. But A New Hope was written only by Lucas, and I mean, there's a line in that movie when Princess Leia is brought on board the Death Star before Grand Moff Tarkin, and she goes, "Grand Moff Tarkin, I recognized your foul stench when I was brought on board." That's a real line in that movie. So, I mean, the sand line isn't really too much of a step down. And also, listen, for as much as I love George Lucas, he's not really an actor's director. A joke amongst the original trilogy cast was that George Lucas, whenever they would ask about acting, he would always just say, faster, more intense. That's 2 words. Faster and more intense. Well, technically it's more than 2 words, but you know what I mean? That's not really helping you. So if you have really crappy dialogue and your director isn't really helping you with your acting, then of course you're going to get a performance like Hayden Christensen in this movie. Of course. I don't poo-poo on him. Again, I'm a prequel generation kid, and back then Anakin was cool, so you know what? I see you typing right there. Stop typing! Ewan McGregor is the thing I say that above all things in the prequels, he is the thing that if you don't like, I mean, like, I get if you hate the prequels, but even people who hate the prequels, I still think are like, well, Ewan McGregor was good as Obi-Wan. And he is. Like, he's really good in this movie. Like, he really sells everything he's given. Natalie Portman, she is okay. She kind of, her and Hayden Christensen are in the same boat. They can be good and stuff, but when the dialogue they're given is, I mean, she's given lines to say, like, you're studying to be a Jedi. I'm a senator. Like, what? Jesus. Okay, so the dialogue in this movie is really bad. Really bad. I can agree with that, but the actors do the best with what they have. As for the overall story, Lucas kind of looked at what Empire did, which Empire was the darkest of the movie, but it also had this bright spot with the love story between Han and Leia. And he kind of took that and ran with it the exact wrong way. Instead of having this dark story with the undercurrent of a love story, he flipped it with this love story with an undercurrent of this darkness, which there is. I mean, this whole idea of this war is going to break out between people. I mean, there's even a line that there hasn't been a full war since the formation of the Republic. Like, that's a real serious thing. And that really should have been the focus, all the backwards dealings that Count Dooku was doing. And, I mean, how did I even not mention him? Christopher Lee is in this movie. Rest in peace, buddy. He's a badass in this. I don't care what you have to say. Christopher Lee is fucking awesome in Star Wars. Why? Because he's Christopher Lee. I mean, he's Christopher Lee. He's awesome. There is some cool moments. I mean, the Geonosian arena battle is cool. That's really cool. Then you get the Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Yoda versus Count Dooku, which are not horrible lightsaber duels. I mean, Yoda fights with a lightsaber here. I mean, it's not the best thing for his character, but it is pretty cool. I mean, Sam Jackson does get one cool line, I think, which is when he has the lightsaber up to Jango Fett's, like, neck, and he's like, this party's over. That was a cool line, but all in all, I recognize this movie does have problems, but it also does have good things. I mean, Jar Jar's in it less. Like, the only line wait, no. I was about to say the only line I remember him having was, Obi, Misa, so happy to see you. But he is the character who gives Chancellor Palpatine executive powers, which then allows Palpatine to form the Empire. So Jar Jar's sort of the reason why the Empire happened. Well, for me, there's enough nostalgia in this film for me. I mean, it was the first Star Wars movie I ever saw on the big screen. I remember it vividly, driving in with my family to New York City to see a pre-screening of the film, and to a preschooler, this movie was freaking awesome. Again, at the time, I wasn't really listening to dialogue or anything. I was looking at lightsaber duels, and the movie had cool stuff. There are good performances, Ewan McGregor, Christopher Lee. So I kind of had the same feelings on Attack of the Clones that I have on Phantom Menace, which is why I'm going to be fair and grade this movie the exact same grade I gave Phantom Menace, which is a C+. So what are your thoughts on Attack of the Clones? I'm sure I'm going to hear a lot of interesting replies to that, but look forward to my review of Revenge of the Sith, hopefully coming really soon. Yeah, I'm starting school very soon, so if you don't see a lot of videos from me, that's why, but I'm going to attempt to still get one video out to you guys a week, but I will be doing a Revenge of the Sith review. I might even just do it tomorrow or something, but look for it really soon, alright? So sound off in the comment section below and hit the subscribe button to see my previous Star Wars review and all my reviews. Alright, See you guys later.